This is a Starburst clock that I found almost a year ago. It was late spring last year at a garage sale, small town here in South Dakota. I had to pay up for it as far as the way I like to pay for them is as cheap as possible, but I did pay, I believe, $20 or $25 for this. It's a Sirocco, and this is not wood, it's a composite material. Better get rid of some of these cobwebs. I like Starburst clocks. I have a few. I've gone through probably 20 or 30 of them in the last 10 years. And they don't come up that often anymore. And so when I find them in their nice shape like this one, I will price them high and just sit on them because I like the way they look. And this one I priced at $300 and it finally just sold. This is another BSR turntable for a replacement of an existing one. It doesn't come with a base or a dust cover. This one, this particular BSR is part of their professional series, and it's a lot more advanced. It's got an adjustable counterweight and magnetic cartridge, even a dampened cueing lift. Well, I don't need to sell you guys on it, but I've been picking these up as cheap as I can. Sometimes if I have to be shipped, I'll pay as much as $40. And then it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to refurbish. And I make a nice video, get it up for sale. This one sold within a week for $250. This is another Craig portable reel-to-reel player. I picked up a couple of this same model, and I sold the first one right away after refurbishing it. And then this one needed a little more work, and it kind of sat. And I recently picked up another model of Craig reel-to-reel, and that got me started on this one again. And I put it up for sale with a video. Everything was working fine. I got it ready to pack, and I couldn't get rewind to work every time. So I had to take it all apart right here on my shipping table, and I replaced the belts. I thought I was going to get away without having to replace those belts. I'm just lucky I have some replacements in stock. This one came with the original AC adapter, microphone, and I added a tape and an empty take-up reel. And this little portable sold for $165. This is an Everready battery, a vintage one. I got 6 of these out of the tape recorder I bought last weekend at a estate sale. And when I pulled these out, I said, boy, these are in great shape. Of course, they're old and don't hold a charge. C-sized. So I looked them up, and sure enough, people buy these for display purposes, I'm sure. And I priced these because I looked at all the pricing. Nobody was offering free shipping, so I thought I'd bump myself to the top by offering free shipping and charge 10 bucks a piece for these. So this will cost me a little, well, less than $5 to ship. So a little better than $5 profit on these. This is another lamp part. This is a cone-shaped shade off of a tension pole lamp. And the tension pole lamp needed a lot of work, rewiring and everything, so I decided to part it out. I'm going to use the pole itself for something else. And it's nice. It's got the perforated holes in it, and although it's tarnished, somebody needs the parts. And although I had it priced at $18, and I have sold one for $18, I have 2 left, and somebody made an offer of $15 for it, and I took it. This is a long, 4-foot long black light fluorescent tube, and I picked this up at a garage sale, really cheap. I mean, like I think they were asking $5, and I got it for $3 or something like that. Great working order. I put it up on eBay for $50, and then I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. And I did get some guy trying to tell me that I was asking way too much for it. Maybe he didn't realize this is kind of a rare one, being 4 feet long. Most of them are like 18 inches or 2 feet at the most. So I, ignored him, and then somebody bought it on eBay for $50. This is another cassette adapter. This will allow you to play a more modern MP3 player, if that's your desire, through your car's cassette player. And I bought 3 of these for 50 cents. And normally I don't deal with stuff that's, you know, $5 to $10 sale item, but when you can buy a quantity really cheap, why not? And this is the second one to sell, and this one went for $10. I don't sell a lot of record albums or even look for them, but when I come across garage sales that's got a pile of them there, I'll leaf through them if they're like $1 each or less, and pick out weird ones. And I, over the years, have collected these 4 quadraphonic albums. Let's see, 2 of them are realistic or put out by Radio Shack, and there's a couple other ones. And I decided to group them together as a lot for 10 bucks a piece, and I got 40 bucks. I was rummaging through some boxes and I came across these Duracell, vintage Duracell batteries. They are alkaline, but I was able to clean them up a little bit and put all 3 of them up for sale for 20 bucks, and they sold within a few hours. So I didn't see any other black Duracells for sale or in the solds. So maybe I sold them too cheap. I don't know how rare. I'm just not into the battery collection. But 20 bucks just for some items I was about to toss. This is the foot switch off of a Harmony amp from the 60s. I picked up the amp at a family-run estate sale. I kind of grouped a bunch of items together for about $20, $25, and the amp was part of it. And I've already sold some pieces off that amp, and this foot switch was inside. It's just a single foot switch, and it changes an amp channel to channel. Doesn't matter what kind of amp they use, about the same. And I was able to sell this for $35. This is another purchase off of Shop Goodwill. I won the auction. With shipping and everything, it was under $50. This is a Sony stereo system with a mini BSR turntable. I'll do this one-handed. And the turntable needed regular service. Cleaned up all the controls on the stereo, and I happen to have a pair of speakers to go with it, matching Sony speakers. So I put them all up for sale for $400, and somebody wanted to know if they could buy it without the speakers. And I said, well, what would you offer? And they said $350. So I took that in a heartbeat. $350 for this Sony stereo system. This is an Atrack player and recorder. It's a Midland, and regular service work on this. Kind of funny, I put this up for sale for $175. It sold, and when the guy got it, he said it didn't work. He wasn't mechanically inclined enough to take a look or anything, so I had him send it back. And the belt had just fallen off. I don't know how that can happen, but it did. So I got that all fixed up, and then I decided to sell it for another 20 bucks more, recoup some of that shipping cost that I lost. And it did take about a month to sell, but I got $195 for this 8-track recorder.